Beekeepers, I was almost wiped out last night. I almost lost the majority of my colonies. They had forecasted the coldest air of the season. It was supposed to be below zero. But here in Michigan, sometimes we get lake effect clouds that roll in overnight, and that kept the temperatures warmer than what they predicted. It was 10 degrees this morning. I currently have only 23 colonies outside. In my bee room here, I try to keep it cool. So yesterday morning, I let it cool off in here, and then I had some hives sitting out here. So yesterday afternoon, I looked at them. I thought, well, why not bring them in? It'd only take me a few minutes to bring them in. And I had this door open for about an hour or so, moving these in. It's about 7. And I have hot water heat. This is not glycol, it's hot water. I have my own heating system in the house. It's not a boiler, it's a hot water heater. And while I was moving these in, this floor froze. And I didn't realize it until 4:30 when I turned on the heat, trying to heat this room. And I realized I had an issue. I wouldn't be able to get heat into this room. So what did I do? You know, this used to be my deck. So I opened up my patio door. You see that fan there? I have hot floors in the house. So I opened the door, set the fan there, and I also set electric space heater here. Had that fan going, and over here is my kitchen window. I opened up this window, so I was blowing warm air from the house into this room, and it was coming out cold over here in the kitchen. See, I had this door closed last night, completely closed. Normally I leave it open a little bit to let some fresh air in, keep the windows from fogging up. And you can hear the bees right now. I'm getting ready to, I'm cooling them off, getting ready to move some back out, because now we're going to have a few warm days and daytime temperatures in the 30s. This is what I do. I move them in and out. I'm a little overprotective because most of my colonies, most of them are new, 2021. A new colony would not survive winter outside. Let me show you this. You know, Dot brags about having 150 years of experience with honeybees. And here's their bottom board. So during the summer, you use the 3/4 inch side for your entrance. And then during the winter, they recommend flipping it over and using 3/8 entrance. I disagree with that 100%. I clean out the bottoms of my hives. I use the bottom screen. For one thing, that's important to use the bottom screen over a bottom board. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, if you have a large enough area between your bottom screen or bottom board and your frames, you can get in there and you scrape out the dead bees, and that's good for the colony. A 3/8 would be more difficult to get in there and scrape, and also the bees would not fall down all the way to the bottom screen or bottom board like they do with a 3/4. Because even though I did a varroa mite treatment a couple weeks ago, and hopefully I've gotten rid of all the varroa mites, I know my bees will die through winter. It's mostly because of the toxic chemicals that crop farmers use in my area. It's in the wax, it's in the pollen, it's in the honey. That's why they're dying. You know, we have chemicals in our system that are in the environment, like PFAS. Everybody has PFAS in their system. Our honeybees have chemicals in their system. There's nothing you can do about it because the government allows the farmers to continue using all these toxic chemicals, and our bees will continue to die like this. So through winter, my colonies are getting smaller, and it's critical. They need to be large enough to get them to restart at the end of January, early February. If the colony's too small, not large enough to keep warm, new brood, they will continue to die. And my colonies that created in 2021, they would never be large enough to winter outside for a whole winter. That's why I check them every morning when it's really cold, see how the cluster is, and if they look like they're too small to be out, I bring them in. That's why you see a lot of bees in my my bee room. So I managed to get through the night okay because I had heat from the house that I could get into that room. So I averted a total or majority loss of my colonies. So I may be exaggerating, but if I had not had a source of heat for those bees, I probably would have lost the majority of these bees in the window here. It also helped that it didn't get as cold as they claimed it was going to be. So anyway, you got to keep up on it. And I'm going to be bringing these out here this afternoon. It's supposed to be in the 30s overnight tonight. So they don't all need to be in there. So that's what I do during the winter. I move them in and out. I haven't had a loss yet, so I hope to not have any losses this winter, okay? Thank you.